lift up holy hands with one accord. Blessed be the name. Blessed be the name. Go one more time. I think you're doing better now. Last time. He's worthy to be praised. Come on, let's lift our hands. Oh, we lift up. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm singing. Say blessed. Say blessed, 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 blessed. Every believer, blessed. Every child of God, blessed. Blessed be the name. Blessed be the name. Oh. Oh, blessed be the name. Give the Lord a hand praise. Let's clap our hands. Come on, everybody, clap your hands. God bless you. 3:25, the book of Acts. I can't preach all this, but this will set us up for the future. You are the children. God, I want to preach this. God, it's burning me. It's burning me like fire in my belly and my bones. Ye are the children of the prophets. And the children of the covenant which God made with our fathers. And he said unto Abraham, and in thy seed, what's going to happen? Shall all the kindreds of the earth be blessed. May I read that again? Don't you want to be sure that whatever else you are unclear on, you are clear on who you are? Don't you want to be sure whatever else you may not be certain, you are going to be certain about who you are. You got it. That there's no room for confusion on that and no margin of error. You got to not let the enemy keep you dizzy-daisy about the matter of identity. Because most of the time, the saints are vulnerable to the attack of the prince of the power of the air to get you confused about something that you can't afford any confusion. You will end up forgetting who you are. There's a reason why the word of, can y'all hear me? There is a reason. Listen to the minister. There's a reason why the word of God keeps stating what you might consider the obvious. You are the salt of the earth. I already knew that, but you forgot. You are the light of the world, a city set on a hill that cannot. You already knew that, but you forgot. You are a chosen generation, a holy people, a royal priesthood. You are a peculiar people. You have been called out of darkness into this marvelous light. You are fire baptized. You are the blood washed. You are the twice born. You are the spirit filled. You are chosen and elect. Make your calling and Election, sure, you are the children. I know I'm a child of God. Somebody that knows you, I just say, I know I'm a child of God. Don't fake it. If you are, you are. If you're not, you're not. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. But if you know you are, lift your hand and say, I know I'm a child of God. But it gets a little more specific here. You are the children of the prophets and of the covenant which God made unto our, somebody say, the children of the covenant. The same one that God made with our father, saying unto Abraham, your father is Abraham. Tell somebody near you, I guess you know your dad is Abraham. Not Lincoln, not Lincoln, not Lincoln. There's another Abraham. Abraham was the man that God gave immense access. Listen to the minister. Listen to the minister. God gave Abraham immense access to all of his treasure because he entered into a relationship with him by covenant. And that covenant to a man 75 and then 90 and then 100 years old, he kept repeating it. Every time he repeated it, he extended it. But from the first time he made a covenant to Abraham, that covenant included you. You weren't even born, but the covenant included you. Your grandparents weren't born. Colored folk weren't even on this hemisphere. Hadn't even made over. Europeans hadn't come over from Europe yet. And there was a covenant made with Abraham before your ancestors had even been conceived. The covenant was made before you knew how to spell covenant. The covenant included you before you were even a wink in your biological father's eye. Before you were ever a fetus in the womb of your mother or a mother in the fetus of hers and on back, you were already included in the covenant before you were born. And now that you are born and born again, you got to be reminded you are the children of the covenant. Look at this. Leave your finger there and look at Romans chapter 9. God bless Bishop Baker. Say amen for him. Brooklyn, New York. Romans 9. You got it? Oh, God. This is you. Let somebody look on your Bible. I want everybody looking on the Bible. Even if you can't read, just look anyway. You might get your sight. Romans 9 and 4. Who are we? Israelites. You got it? To whom pertaineth the adoption? They were nothing till God adopted them. And the glory and the what? That's the key word there. The covenants and the giving of the law and the service of God and all of the promises. All of that go to Israelites. And when Jesus came and shed his blood and gave his life, went into the bowels of the earth and arose on the third day, he opened up to those that were not born Jewish all of the benefits that the biological Israelites had. The only difference is he added a whole lot more to it. And so as much as we respect the certain blessings that God has for every Jew, you ought to be careful how you treat the Hebrew people. You don't want to go around calling them bad names. Doesn't mean they're saved, doesn't mean they're right. But there's a covenant God made with the biological seed of Abraham. And even now, you should treat the Hebrew people with respect, not for who they are, but for the covenant God made with them. But the covenant that God made with them is less than the covenant God made with you, because you get everything that came to the Hebrews and a whole lot more because of what is referenced. I'm coming through here. Divine law. Somebody say divine law. Get off me. Shout it. Divine law. That's what Paul is lining out here. There's divine law. And divine law brings you to divine covenant.